Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, if you're in the stream, welcome. Thank you for joining. You could be anywhere right now, but appreciate that you are here. Let's get some scalps today. If you're in the stream, go ahead and say good morning in the chat for me. Give me a good morning. Give me where you're saying good morning from, so we can let the community know we're all around the world. You're gonna have to teach me how to say your name. Kerngesund. Kerngesund. I'm gonna stick with that. Kerngesund. Good morning from Switzerland. Phil W. Good morning. Good morning from France. Welcome, welcome, Spec J. Brian Chips, good morning. Cameron good morning, good morning. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Great. Yeah, that was a two-legged pullback right here. Two-legged pullback. Two-legged pullback right there. Welcome pandas, welcome pandas. Where are my pandas at? You know, after looking the analytics, we get a lot of people joining from Canada. I'm gonna have to learn some more Canadian things so I can relate to the. I've been to Canada a couple times. I went last year before, actually, it's probably 2 years ago at this point, before the pandemic, and it was beautiful. Went to Vancouver. Actually, it was like went to Vancouver and did some bike riding, and man, Canada is beautiful. Good morning, pandas. Good morning, Mazar Ali. Good morning, SW Blaze from Chicago. Good morning, RED from RED. Okay, it's Geneva versus Rome. Change his name. Scott Hubbard. Good morning from Lancaster. Daniel Eyes. Good morning. I'm guessing you already made money during the panda. Alex Gladkeek. Good morning from Pennsylvania. Yoshiaki. Good morning. I believe you're from LA, so good morning from LA. Phil W. Good morning. Or just an eh. Scott Hubbard. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining the stream. Good morning from Germany. Alright, so for those who are joining before the market opens, I can have a little time to explain a little bit what's happening here in the stream. On these streams, we like to trade pure price action. And the whole idea is, as you can see, I don't have any RSI or indicators below, standalone indicators. I do have a couple things on the chart itself, but everything on the chart is helping with price action. And so, the whole idea is whatever the indicators give you, it's purely based on price action anyways. As in, in a sense it's worse because it gives you delayed information. It's based on the candle movements and closes, typically. So, we'd like to clear everything on the chart, make it simple, and just read the candles for themselves. And in that sense, we get the most up-to-date information that we could possibly get while we trade. All the information that you need are in the candles themselves. So that's why we like to read price action. Good morning, Kevin Fennel. Oh, Daniel. It's a shame. I thought you made money on this two-legged pullback or something. And so with that being said, we like to look for a specific price action setup, the two-legged pullback. And if you're new to the channel, this is what a two-legged pullback is. We call this the first pullback, first entry, second pullback, and second entry. We like to enter here on the second entries. You can also count it this way: A, B, C, and the next A leg we like to enter here. This setup we look for in key areas such as moving averages, support resistance levels, trend lines. And the reason being is when this setup is in the right context, it's a greater than 90% chance to make a scalp. And so if I move this here, you can see, I'm not saying this is necessarily a good trade, but we have a two-legged pullback right here. As you can see, two-legged pullback, and on the second entry, it makes a scalp for a point. And on the ES, every point is $50 for every contract. And so that's a two-legged pullback. You can also see here, we have another two-legged pullback. If I just adjust these lines to match the chart, we have a two-legged pullback. Two pushes down, so one pullback and another pullback. So it's two pullbacks or two-legged pullback. Two pushes down, the bottom of the trading range, and reverses with a pretty good, well, this is a trigger bar, but the trigger bar is very bullish. So we like to find this setup in key areas because of how high the probability is to make one scalp. And so on this stream, most likely we won't get many many trades. It really depends on whatever the market gives us. But what we try to do on the stream is try to enter the best possible setup that we possibly can. And the reason being so is because when it comes to scalping, the way we scale in is not increasing our risk reward, but increasing the amount of contract sizes we have. And so right now, I'm only trading one contract size because this is a small account journey. And so I'm starting with 5K flat. I started the stream last week on Monday, and so far we've made pretty good progress. A little more than 1% a day, which is amazing. If you can make 1% a day for your entire trading career, that is absolutely amazing. And because if you think about it, there's about, let's say, 250 trading days in a year. And if you do 1% a day, guess what? It's not 250% increase in a year, because you start to scale in or you start to scale up as your account size grows. And so actually when you're thinking about 200 some trading days in a year and you have 1% a day, you're thinking more about 4 to 5xing your account every year. If you can sustain a 1% increase a day. So, with this stream, basically 1% increase is, at this point, basically every contract. One scalp is $50. I started with 5K, and so that's 1% every successful scalp. Hope this all makes sense to you guys. I know the market hasn't opened, so I'm just explaining a little bit what we're doing in this stream, what we're trying to do. If you'd like to know more information about this setup, you can check out the description below, where I teach you how to count legs and identify these second entries. So check out those playlists for those who are new. But we're looking for two-legged pullback, reading price action. On my chart, I have a couple indicators. I have the 20 EMA, which is this solid blue line. I have the 240 SMA, which is this dashed line. That's a 240 SMA. And also custom indicators here that automatically counts legs for you, identifies second entries, and also identifies trading ranges using pure price action. So this is all price action. All these tools are price action tools. They're not like telling me oversold, overbought conditions. They're teaching me, or they are identifying second entries, identifying leg counts for me, so I don't have to keep that all in my head. I could just have it on the charts at all times. Kind of early in the morning. My throat is a little rough right now, so and I typically don't talk this much this early in the morning, so forgive me. And so this is week 2. 1% for 250 days is 12x question mark. Someone can do the math. When if you compound the gains, then it's gonna be a lot. You probably need an Excel spreadsheet to do that, but that's like if you are considering 1% every single time, even as your account grows. But typically I like to do it in like steps. So like once I hit a certain level, then I'll start to increase my contract sizes. Then it's like, okay, then I kind of go back to 1% a day, if that makes sense. So if, for instance, right now, if I make one successful scalp, it's no longer 1% a day because I have more than 5K every time I, win trades. The account grows, and so. But let's say when it gets around 10K, then I start to increase it again, 1%, and so I start increasing my contract sizes, and so every scalp will again be 1% again. But we will wait till that happens. So with that being said, we are trying to find the best quality setups, and I'm going to try to read a price action for you as accurately as possible. And hopefully along this journey, as you guys are coming along with me, we can all learn something. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. If you're just joining the stream now, welcome. If you enjoyed this content, helps us out a lot. This is completely free, and I'm doing this, just essentially pretty much free, and so helps us a lot if you could hit that like button, subscribe to the channel so you can know whenever we're streaming, and you can follow along with any other content that we might release. So right now, about 2 more minutes to the market open. Where are we? Yep, about 1.5 minutes. And we are under yesterday's or last trading day's close. And so we might make an attempt to come up here and touch it. And we might come down, but the market has been so crazy. I'm expecting either trading range day today or actually a downtrend day today, a slight pullback on a daily. So we'll see. The nice thing about price action is that we can kind of sense what's going to happen with the price action. For instance, if you were looking at this chart and say you didn't have the trading range indicator on, see, trading range indicator is nice because it kind of helps you see those things. But let's see here. Actually, I'll just keep it on. I don't want to take it off my charts. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if anything funky is going to happen. But let's just say you saw this price action and you just had this bear bar like this. What are your thoughts when you see a bear bar like that? When you see a bear bar like this, you're probably thinking, oh man, this is just going to just crash and burn and go to the downside. We see strong bear bars like this. But the nice thing about price action is before this bear bar happens, we see all these overlapping bars. As you can see, the trend is not clear, that as it even goes upwards, it's very choppy, overlapping bars, many dojis inside. And if you look to the left, even though it's a strong bear bar, where are we? When we look to the left, we have a bunch of price action still. And so when it comes to here, we're not surprised that we start to reverse back up, because we already have clues that yes, the price action is telling us we're starting to get choppy. All right, market has opened. Let's look at what's happening here. We're still pretty choppy, I was thinking about going long here, but I was hesitant because we had all this chop here, so I just did not know what was going to happen. Like this would have been your signal bar, a doji, which I hate. Hate trading dojis. Dojis themselves are trading ranges. These are trading ranges in one bar trading ranges, and so typically don't like dojis. Okay, so we're gonna make an attempt most likely to touch yesterday's or last trading day's close, which is Friday's trading close. Which is this dashed line, automatically marked for us. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Kevin Fennel. So if you're a member, I like to read your comments aloud to the rest of the chat. One of the perks of being a member. So SLB Blaze, have the indicator for Think or Swim. Works great. Awesome. Thank you for the support. Thank you for purchasing the indicator. Kevin Fennel, 1.01 to 250th power is what I did, but I've been out of school for a while. We all have been. All right, so I'm just waiting to get enough data to prove I am successful with real money, and then moving up to as many contracts as I can afford. Okay, I would say personally, I would. This is not advice. Also, trade at your own risk. Do not copy my trades. Do not copy my trades. Do not listen to any pandas. If you ever meet a panda on the street, do not listen to them. Do not trust them. So Kevin Fennel, yeah, you also have to consider risk management. So that's what I would do. So far, I'm 90% sure I am successful, but I have a gambling problem. Kevin Fennel, the gambling problem. I hope that you're not fulfilling your gambling. You're not trying to be, trying to satisfy your gambling, I guess, desires with futures trading. Hope you're not trying to do that. As a person who is concerned about the members here. Jeff Fox, good morning from Virginia Beach. Good morning, East Coaster here. Daniel Ice, keep in mind measure move to 41.95 if you check Albrook's blog. Daniel Ice is giving us some good information. Al Brooks, if you guys know, he is the father of price action. So his blog is 41.95 measure move. I guess that's like on the daily. I'm thinking measure move to the downside with this trend. I think I might have marked it already. So this horizontal line right now is the measure move from this breakdown. So this breakdown and to the highest point, this is a measure move. And so I'm thinking we might hit this sometime today. That's what I'm thinking, but we'll see. Currently, we're hitting the top of the trading range created by the trading range indicator. As you can see, perfect hits. It might have break above it, but closed beneath it. So one of the benefits of having the trading range indicator, you can see these trading ranges early on. Kevin Fennel, I keep trying to pick bottoms without taking the appropriate risk-reward risks, like it's a lottery ticket. Need to just stick with what I'm good at. Yep, a lot of discipline, psychological aspects. D. Lu, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, pandas. All right, we're 4 minutes in. Let's look at the 5 minutes, see if we got any information here. So this is the 5-minute chart. Gonna break a trend, come back down, retest, pops up again. Fortunately, there was no trade for us there. Gonna readjust this trend line. We didn't quite make last trading day's close, and we have a huge wick on the 5-minute. Ooh, on the 10K chart, we have a two-legged pullback forming. A, B, C, and we missed. We just missed last trading day's close, but we're so close. I think we're going to hit it. We do have a two-legged pullback here. A, B, C, but not enough room to the top of the trading range. This is also a Pikachu. For those who don't know what Pikachu is, this is a Pikachu because this is not only a two-legged pullback to the upside, it's a failed second entry short, as you guys can see. So this failed second entry short and this two-legged pullback long uh, second entry long combined makes like this Pikachu looking pattern. And so the Pikachu tail of Pikachu. So these, we call these Pikachus just for short, but essentially they're second entry traps. It's a second entry with a trap along with it. But as I said, we are too close to the top of the trading range for my liking, so I'm not interested in this. What we do have for us is a strong bull bar, two-legged pullback back to the 20 EMA. So this could be a good setup. Typically it is, right? We have a strong bull bar, strong bull trend, right? Two-legged pullback. But look at the context. We've hit our head so many times on this line here. To make a scalp, we need to hit it perfectly, and typically you need to have one more tick above the scalp to make to be absolutely scalped out. So even though it's also a Pikachu, this is typically a pretty good setup, but we got to consider the context here. If there's not enough room to the top of the trading range, then we don't take it. Hope that makes sense to you guys. And as you can see, the scalp is struggling to make a point here, this reversal. So I'm glad I didn't take this trade. Not only that, very unconvincing breakout of this downtrend created from the all-time high to this pivot high here. And that made also a channel down here, parallel. Perhaps we might test it. So many overlapping bars, so many dojis. We cannot, hard for me to trade this. Kevin Fennell says, I expect this super volatile opening with crypto stuff this weekend and the GME run up. Possibly. One of the nice things also about price action trading is, though a lot of people like to use that kind of information in their trading, in my opinion, when it comes to price action, the price action tells you everything. The market already has priced in everything that needs to be priced in, and the price action, in a sense, you cannot. The thing is about like institutions, market makers, these big players are market movers. It's just they're gonna try to hide their intentions as much as possible, but they cannot hide their intentions in price action. There's nothing they can hide. We're getting choppy here. Getting another two-legged pullback up, possibly, but too many dojis for my liking. The more dojis there are, the longer sideways we go, the more 50-50 the trade becomes. So this is not a trade I like to take here. Actually, if anything, I like to go short because we hit the top of the trading range and we're making lower highs. But also, when I do take trades like that, I like to see it actually pop above the trading range and then fail breakdown or failed breakout. So I typically like to see if I try to go short. Kevin Fennell says, clearly it was not so far. Yes, it's true. Not much volatility at the moment. I mean, we did get a spike on the 5-minute. So when you talk about volatility, that's pretty volatile for the first bar, in my opinion. So grinding down, potential bull flag here, and we made a perfect scalp to the downside, reversing. Not interested in this long. Gonna adjust my channel here. SW Blaze says flag forming. Possibly that's what this could be. So this is why we're confused, right? Longs are thinking, or bulls are thinking flag, right? Measure move, flag. Bears are thinking reversal. Which one will prevail? Price action will help us understand. Basically, with this flag mostly going sideways, in my opinion, it's just hard to tell, because of how choppy it is. The buying pressure and selling pressure are about equal within this flag. Hard to tell what's happening. So now this flag is actually seeming like it wants to reverse and touch the bottom of the trading range once again. So we do have a small flag here. And the flag bursts up, then we have a measured move, possible measured move. Kevin Fennell wants to know what flags are. Flags are essentially when you have a strong breakout. So for instance, strong bull trend. And then the market begins to make a flag looking like this. It's a small consolidation. And this consolidation shows that, there are transactions happening here. But the consolidation is not strong. As in sense, this pullback is not very strong. It's a very slight pullback. And you typically have a measure move up to the same height of the flagpole after the breakout. So the measure move would be right here. And so that's just a standard technical analysis pattern. It's a flag. People trade, people make living off flags. But for me, I'm not interested in this flag because, again, top of the trading range right here. We have a strong, this looks very bullish, but doesn't this look very bearish, right? Like we were fooled already once here, and investors might get fooled again right here. So I'm not interested in long here because of this trading range. You got to ask yourself what market cycle you're in. First question you got to ask. Chat, pandas, what market cycle are we in right now? If you remember, there's only 2 market cycles we can be in. What market cycle are we in? What market cycle? When you see this, do you know what the trend is? If you saw price action like this, do you know what way we're going? Confusion, choppy bars, mostly sideways, highs and lows not being broken. In my opinion, we are in the market cycle that we are in is trading range. And so when you're in a trading range, you have to consider changing your strategy. Typically, if we're trending this bull flag, you would really want to go long here. But because we're in trading range, when I see this bull flag hitting the top of the trading range, I'm not interested. By the way, the stream is delayed, probably about 20 seconds. And if you feel like it's a lot more than 20 seconds, I would say maybe 2x your stream and it might catch up. We do have an H4 setup here, which actually tempts me a lot. But we are top of the trading range, but this H4 setup, I really like H4 setups. It's H4 setup, as you can see, with a magenta 4 with a magenta box in it. That's how you know it's an H4. All right, good. Yes, range. I might have to do something to reduce my delay. I believe there's settings for that. So, I mean, if you made a trade in here, then you have, guts. I don't know how you would trade this. I don't know how to trade this. All this choppiness. This break above here could give us a scalp. I think a very high chance to give us a scalp if it breaks up here. Because you got the bulls thinking we're going to go long here. But for me, because there is a possibility that it might not make a scalp, that trumps most things for me. The question is not can it make a scalp, because we can almost find every place that could possibly make a scalp. But the question is, can it not make a scalp? And right now, I have a strong reason it can't make a scalp because of my trading range. We already hit it here. But pretty strong reversal bar. We're seeing some buying pressure now. Still doji, still consolidation. If this breaks up, it could reverse. Let me see if I can reduce the delay here a little bit. I like to have a little delay. Yeah, I'm not sure. I have to look that up. Okay, so we're popping up now. This H4 failure. Oh, that's a pretty good setup. But top of the trading range still here. I have not forgotten this. So for those who go along here, okay, Kevin Fennell, thanks for testing that out for us. So he put on 2x and it caught up to the stream a little bit closer, a little bit faster. So we tapped the top of the trading range, as you can see, with that wick. It could certainly go above it, but for me, there's evidence here that they're sellers, so. All right, popping above it, still in the trap, made a perfect scalp. And the H4 failure, it was very tempting. I would have probably scalped that by now. I probably got a retracement. But we're reversing now, so there are still potential trap traders because it's a perfect scalp. In a sense, I don't even want to go short here either. Very confusing. You could consider something like this, major trend reversal here. Break of trend. I need this trading range to break. I need this trend line to break to go short. So there's still trap traders here, as you can see. So thoughts and prayers to you if you went long here, right into the top of the trading range. Trap traders currently here with the perfect scalp. The reason why I know they're trap traders here because this yellow box means perfect scalp, which means that it went exactly 5 ticks. And so because the market is not perfect, you know, just because it touches your target doesn't mean that you'll be filled because you essentially enter a queue of other, you know, thousands and thousands of traders. And because you're in that queue, you only get filled when you get hit, when you're next in line. So when it hits a perfect scalp, I'm pretty sure that there are trap traders there. If it went one more tick, I call that an absolute scalp when it makes 6 ticks or more, because then I know if the price action moves up above the perfect scalp, then pretty much everyone is filled on the scalp. Okay, so we got a gap here. We do have a gap. I mean, the gap was filled already overnight, and so we no longer need to fill it on the ES. Potential trap here along this trend line. Again, top of the trading range, double top at this moment. I might consider actually on the lower high. I might consider lower high here. What I'm seeing right now is this breakup trend, double top. If this breaks up here and reverses again, this will be a lower high setup, major trend reversal on the trading range. The problem is that it's so close to last trading day's close that I feel like it wants to touch it. It really wants to basically fill that gap again. It filled it here, but it might fill it again. Tanner Neal asks, what is an H4? With the two-legged pullback indicator, you can easily see it's an H4 with a magenta box with a 4 in it. Magenta box with a 4 in it right here, right? Another H4. I was really close to taking this trade last night. I had my order in, just didn't fill me. I tried to get 1 tick replacement. I got greedy and I didn't get filled, but I could have scalped out right here. But there's another H4 here, right? Magenta box 4. Basically, it's two-legged pullbacks in a row. All right, we got strong bear bar here. I might consider going short here, guys. What do you guys think? Lower high setup. I don't like how we're hovering above the 20 EMA, as you can see here. I do not like that personally. I gotta take this. Still above the 20 EMA. Man, I don't know. It's just so choppy. It's hard. Strong bear bar, bouncing off the trading range indicator again perfectly, but pinched between top of the trading range and the 20 EMA at the moment. I really want to go low, short there, but the 20 EMA is currently stopping me from doing so. And this is disappointing, right? One tick trap at the moment, but we'll see here. Three hits right here. Oh man. Should I go short here? Really tempted to go short here. All right, I'm gonna try to go short here actually. See if I can get a little retracement here. All right, I'm in this trade. I'm trying to go short here. Created a doji, the worst thing in the world, above the 20 EMA. Might made a boo-boo here. Might have got some FOMO, but I just saw this lower high setup, top of the trading range, and possible short here. All right, this is disappointing. You do not want to see this if you're a bear. Okay, did I make a mistake here? I'm trying to see what happens. I also see 1, 2, 3 hits right here. It's just this trading range is so strong with a lower high setup. I just feel like we can make a scalp to the downside here. Trading only one contract. I am not a pro. I mean, I can tell you my reservations. Choppiness, 20 EMA, above the 20 EMA. Strong bull bars right here, going to the top of the trading range. Did I make a boo-boo here, my fellow pandas? Maybe I try to fight the 20 EMA too hard. But I'm going to try to trust the price action here. Bars ending near the low here. Just a lot of chop. I mean, I'm thinking coming back to the bottom of the trading range. Could be too much buying pressure here. We'll find out soon. Maybe I should have waited for the 20 EMA to break first, because we're floating above the 20 EMA so much. Let's see here. I have a 4-point stop loss at the moment. If it hits, it hits. I'm okay with that. So my risk reward is 1 to 4. Too choppy, maybe. This most likely to stop me out. It feels like it really does feel like that. Multiple bull bars in a row now. It's made a perfect scalp to the other side, perhaps touching the yesterday's close. Might have made a mistake here. Too eager to go short here. But I'll stick with my 4-point stop loss. See what happens. Just waiting. Message retracted. All right, we're waiting patiently here. I'm thinking we're top of a trading range, but I could easily be wrong here. Much evidence that we are on the top of a trading range. Yep, if it does break above, then the bears might break and hit their stop losses, and it might zoom upwards. Making higher lows, hitting our heads all in the same spot again right here. I'm just, I'm comfortable with my 1 to 4. I lose 200, it's fine. I can easily make 4 scalps throughout the day, in my opinion. You gotta be comfortable, you gotta have like your I don't care size, and so I'm trading my I don't care size. You lose one, it's okay, but I'm more focused on being profitable, finding the best setups, and trading with my pandas, my fellow pandas. So that's what's more important to me on these streams, to be with you guys. Trade. If I was like really focused on trying to like make tons of money, then I really wouldn't stream actually, because for me, when I stream, my trading degrades actually. Trying to talk and try to explain everything, that's typically degrades my trading. So, but I like to trade the community, and I like to give to the community if I can, in any way, shape, or form. Could possibly skunk this trade, but I'll hold it, the 1 to 4. I'm thinking if we do pop up, we have yesterday's close to protect us, acting as another resistance, but I could be wrong. Could easily be wrong. Do not copy my trades, please. Ooh. Sorry about that. That was crazy. We had a like the emergency alert thing go off. All right, what do we got here? We're still in this trade. Price action, I trust. Do I even? Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. So for those who doubting my trading range indicator, do not doubt the trading range indicator, boys. Look, it's going right back to the bottom and it's gonna touch it, tap it. I could have brought my price target right here. Let's go, baby. Let's go, pandas. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty nervous. Reconsidering that trade, I don't know. This might have been the better entry, but the 20 MA was acting, it was scaring me. The 20 MA was scaring me. But look exactly where this tail hits, exactly at the bottom of the trading range indicator. Hit it perfectly and bounced. Let's go, baby. That's right, that's right. All right, my measure move is way down here, so we could possibly hit this measure move now. Essentially, it's a failed breakout, right? It's just like when you see this downtrend and you see this happening, do you find this convincing to be a breakout? I don't. You know, when you have trading ranges, trading range begets more trading ranges, and so let's go, baby. And then so I guess my idea was right that we basically did a double top here. Major trend reversal, double top. And I was really tempted to actually move my price target, but like to put at the bottom of the trading range, but this is breaking down like crazy. So trading range indicator, you got to know what market cycle you're in. Even though you had a bull flag here, it fails because of the market cycle. Yeah, the trading range indicator does not have a free trial. I might put a free trial on there, but that'll be later. So now to readjust this channel, and here we go. I was actually pretty surprised it didn't touch yesterday's close or last trading day's close, but it's far from it now. I'm thinking we're gonna touch the bottom of this measure move. If you guys remember, the measure move is from here. This high, all-time high to that pivot low to here. So this is how I made this. Adjusted a little bit. So for those who are wondering, this level is 41.5250 or 25. I put it at 25. Let's closer to 25. We do have an H4 here with a magenta box. 4 with a magenta box. But not all H4s are created equal. When you have a strong bear trend like this, you have to consider price action. When you see strong bear bars, like, are you thinking major trend? Like, are you thinking it's gonna just reverse here? You gotta consider this movement here. I really wish not wish, but I can't wait till I get one more contract in when my capital grows big enough. I can throw one more contract, so this whole thing would have been a runner. This whole thing would have been a runner for me. I might consider doing two contracts. I might start doing that next week because I'm missing out on runners, and I also want. I mean, I definitely have enough capital to do runners. It's just not super wise, right, to have basically risk $400 on every trade. That's essentially what you're doing, right? You're risking $400 in every trade. If I do another contract on this, and that's like, you know, 9% of my total capital. Measure move right here. It's going straight down to it. I could have considered taking this trap, but yeah, I did see this H4, and H4s typically do scalp out, but strong bear trend, as you can see. Do not copy my trades. If you saw me taking this trade and you're like, this guy's a fool, this is going to reverse and break upwards, then stick to your convictions. Please, do not copy my trades just because I'm doing them. Daniel I says he didn't take it. Jeff Fox, that's great. I got both programs. Thanks, Brandon. Almost to the measure move. Possible chance to take a long here, but hey, man, today we might just have a pretty strong pullback on the daily, and so we might just have a downtrend rest of the day. The high of the day might already be in. Hey guys, I'll just say this right now. If you didn't take this trade because you didn't feel comfortable, do not look at hindsight bias and say, dang it, I missed a trade, and feel all bad about it. Because if you had reasons that you didn't want to go short here, then you got to stick to those convictions. I had reasons why, I thought the trade might have failed, right? I had tons of reasons. And as it kept grinding on the 20 MA, I was like, okay, this might, easily pop upwards. And so don't feel bad that if you miss a trade or not. Just focus on taking the best trades possible. There will be many, many, many two-legged pullbacks throughout the day. I'm looking for a two-legged pullback now. A, B, C. I'm looking for a two-legged pullback. Let's see if we get it. I would like it to be at the 20 EMA, if possible. The reason why I'm looking for two-legged pullback here because I see that we're very close to the measure move, thinking we might hit the measure move. As far as I know, I don't see much support right here. Yep, you made the right decision. If you thought this wasn't going to go down and you didn't enter the trade to go short, you made the best trade you possibly can. I'll just say that right now. You made the best trade in your style. Let's get this two-legged pullback if we can get it. We do have a two-legged pullback, but it's not close enough to my key entry point, which is the 20 EMA. It's a Pikachu as well. It's just not a... It needs to be the 20 EMA for me. Hey, if you enjoy this content, leave a like, subscribe so you can know anytime I'm streaming or throwing up new content. If you'd like more information about the indicators, you can check out the official website in the bottom right of your screen. You can see the URL there. Also, it's in the a link is in the description. If you'd like to know more information about the setup and what setup we're looking for, we only trade one setup here, the two-legged pullback. It's based on pure price action, and so we want that two-legged pullback back to the 20 EMA. If you want to know more information about the setup, go ahead and check out the description below. There's playlists to help teach the nuances of the two-legged pullback, how to count legs. This two-legged pullback triggered and it made a point easy. It just was not at the 20 EMA for me. It's just not close enough and a little too far away. It's more than a point away, and it scalps out a point. It's just unfortunate. Makes a point, but as you can see, we're making another small trading range here. It's very small. The trading range can barely make a point above and below it. So I'm not trying to trade this trading range necessarily, but it's good information for us, right? This price action is telling us, right? When you see something like this, how strong this downtrend is. Would you say this downtrend is as strong as this downtrend? No, right? It's very obvious. Price action is telling us something, that there are bears taking their profits, right? Covering. And bulls thinking this is the low and that they can make, you know, that they think this is a good price to go long. And so we see this in the price. You cannot hide the price. You cannot hide the price action. The price action is revealing to us that, yes, bears are taking profits. But in my opinion, they're a little too soon, because there's a measure move here. Oh, you know what? This measure move should be right here. Wait, what? Oh, sorry. This is my trend line, not my measure move. Measure moves down here. As you can see, it pops up, gives you another point on the upside. Oh man, most likely failed breakout to the upside. This reversal most likely will fail. Now it touches my 20 EMA after pretty strong bull bar, but look at the left, right? This bull bar could simply be more choppiness. Just because you see a bull bar like this does not mean it's going to be bullish. Raul Mendez asks, what made you think it was going down? You can rewind the stream. I explain every single thing about it. Strong bear bar. Oh man. If a two-legged pullback forms here, I don't know if I want to take it. It's really choppy. You could have a two-legged pullback like this. I do think we're going to hit the measure move. I have no reason to not think that at this point. If it breaks the previous pivot low, then we lose our two-legged pullback. So in a sense, I'm rooting for this to kind of go back up, right? We want this to pull back more. We want to get closer to the 20 EMA, top of the trading range. Little too far away. We do have this trading range, so if we do go short here, we'll be going short into the trading range as well, the short-term trading range. Two-legged pullback is here, but you see how sideways we're going? Still under 20 EMA. I think we're gonna hit this measure move. I really do. But man, if I go short here, I'll be shorting right into the bottom of this. I'll be shorting. I'm banking basically on this to break down. But we're hitting the trading range perfectly right now. We're just in this trading range created by the trading range indicator. Do I want to go short here? Very strange. Such a strong bear trend, and it just gets stopped in its tracks. Man, I am so tempted to go short here. We have a two-legged pullback with a lower high setting up. Only reservation I had is that obviously trading range at the moment, and we'll be at the bottom of trading range, but since we broke out to the top side, I'm thinking we're going to break down to the downside, the bottom side. Could be completely wrong. If we just reverse here, that would be the more unlikely thing. But now we have room in the trading range if this gives us a nice signal bar. Okay, this is acting unusual for me. Not what I want to see, not what I want to go short in. Can't go short against this signal bar, way too bullish. But in my opinion, most likely this breakout will fail. It might want to retest the top here, making a double top. But in my opinion, this breakout will fail and reverse and come back into this trading range. The reason being is because we're in a downtrend. We're in a downtrend right now. And investors rarely will feel super confident just to reverse like this. They need more evidence that we are having a true reversal. And so typically what they like to do is come in on the second touch, double bottom. So in my opinion, there's just, I don't know, it'd be really random if the bulls just felt super confident to go long here. But hey, what do I know? What do I know? I'm just a panda bear. But look at what we're getting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bull bars in a row, potentially, if this ends in bullish. Now you're thinking possible uptrend because of the price action. Price action is telling us something. Ending near its high. No longer have a really, viable two-legged pullback. We do have a two-legged pullback though, still forming. And maybe if it hits here, it might reverse. SW Blaze says resistance from Friday's close, I think. Possibly. I could tell a lot of people have different strategies, and the nice thing about the price action two-legged pullback is that I think it's a very nice setup to have, because the two-legged pullback is essentially just a setup. But when it comes to context, you can use so many things. And I'm not, opposed if you use indicators to find better context for yourself. If it works for you, then keep doing what you're doing. But for me, I like to focus on price action, thinking that price action is telling us everything we need to know. Brandon Casey says, anyone else imagine a panda grabbing someone by both legs and pulling them where they fall on their face every time he says two-legged pullback? Just me? That might be just you. Falcon asks, did I get my coffee? No, Mrs. Panda is grinding the beans now. I can smell it. I love my morning coffee with some scalping. Scalps and coffee. Look at how many bull bars we have. Do you want to trade against this? I don't. If you want to trade against this, at this point you're thinking two-legged pullback this way. But in my opinion, I still think this downtrend is in play. And we still have not yet retested the lows. Like we did have a lot of trading range here. A lot of trading range price action. But in my opinion, it wants to test this again one more time. But who knows? Doji's forming now. Losing momentum upwards. Scott Hubbard, I grind my own coffee as well. Let me know in the chat what kind of coffee you guys drink. I'll be interested. Let me know in the chat how you make your coffee and what kind of coffee you guys like. Okay, we got a trap here. I'm not interested in this trap. In fact, I mean, look how many non-bear bars there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 non-bear bars in a row. I say non-bear bar because the dojis are not bearish or bullish. Hitting our head 4 times right here. Kevin Fennel using the Nespresso. Yeah, I like Nespressos. Chris R. Nescafe, man. I'm not trying to judge you, man, but that's the nasty cafe, man. That's what that is. Hey, to each his own. If it works for you, it works. It's just like trading. If the strategy, I might not agree with your strategy, but if you like your strategy, it is up to you to use it. Cold brew today. Sounds good. Tafreezy says super black. Hey, coffee is functional for most people, so for me, I like to enjoy my coffee as well. Okay, we have a nice trap here. So this reversal now, this is a reversal. So this two-legged pullback fails and reverses, and it almost scalps out a point perfectly, almost. Actually has not scalped out a point yet. In fact, it hit its head on top of this trading range. If I extend it, this trading range is acting as resistance. Now this makes a perfect scalp on the trap. Chris, I have low standards. I hope your trading is not the same. I drink disgusting Costco Keurig. Hey, Costco, I honestly, I respect a lot of Costco stuff. I drink the Costco Keurig cups sometimes. Fucking one knows what he's doing, man. This guy's serious. I grind my coffee and use a pour over brewer, and I get local coffee, roasted coffee. Support your local businesses. French press, man. I haven't had a French press in so long. I feel like French press is just, it's so strong. It's so strong. Good, Chris R. I'm glad your standards are higher for the ES. Brandon Casey with his peppermint mocha. Wow, okay. Kudos. What a nice sister you have. Okay, look at how many bull bars you have in a row. Or shall I say non-bear bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, possibly 12 non-bear bars in a row. You're thinking this is a reversal. At this point, always in long. We do have resistance right here. We'll see what happens when we hit. Oh, we're finding our first bear bar. What a strong breakout right here. Just straight down, straight up. The ES always does this. That's why I really don't like the ES because of that. John, up 181 already today. My man. Hey, pandas, throw John your make it rain emoticon. Give him some good vibes. JJJ, if you rewind, you can just see where my count changes. You can see where I took the trade. PPT, plunge protection team, right? Frank Angel, Death Wish Coffee. Never heard of that. Sounds good. Sorry about that. Mrs. Panda offering some coffee. Drinking currently counterculture coffee in a mocha pot. I believe that's how we're preparing a coffee today, this morning. Made me a latte. Brandon Casey, thanks for becoming a panda. Appreciate it. I have seen you in the stream, and so yeah, if you've been checking out the stream for a while now, you know, you can support the channel by hitting that like button and subscribing, but also there's an option to become a panda. Just hit that join button, and in the join button you get the two-legged pullback badge along with some special emoticons. Panda emoticons. We have an H4 failure here, but strong push, right? Man, look at how many bull bars there are. I'm not trying to go short here. Dojis along the way as well. It is a lower high setup, but this could be a two-legged pullback like this. A, B, C. And then on the reversal, two-legged pullback off the 20 MA. But I still think, I mean, this is strong bull trend, but this downtrend is still stronger, right? When you look to the left, even though this is very strong, this is actually stronger still, right? Larger bars, right? Ending near their lows, covering more of a distance. We have a potential Pikachu setting up here. Yep, Brian Law says Pikachu. You can easily see with the indicator. It's a magenta box with a second entry in it with a dark green number. So this is a Pikachu forming. If you guys don't know what Pikachu is, essentially it's a second entry along with a trap. You have this failed second entry here, and this is a Pikachu tail. Looks like a Pikachu tail, so we call this a Pikachu if it does break above the previous candle's high. So currently Pikachu has not triggered. Are you guys gonna take this Pikachu? Let me put a poll up for you guys. I threw a poll up there. Should I take this Pikachu, or would you take this Pikachu? Pikachu about to trigger. By the way, if the stream is very delayed, it should be about 20-second delay, but if it's like a lot, like a big delay, I recommend hitting, watching in 2x speed until it starts to catch up. Pikachu triggered. I personally, I'm not taking this Pikachu. You guys can take it, but I'm not taking this Pikachu. So thoughts and prayers for those who took this Pikachu. Almost made your scalp already, but you're still in Trap City. Thoughts and prayers for those who took this Pikachu. Let's wish them well. 58% of you say no. You guys probably answered that after you saw the outcome, so you guys are cheating. You could still potentially take this Pikachu. You're still not trapped out of the Pikachu. You guys are all cheating. You guys answered that question after you saw what happened. Ending the poll. So some of you might have been able to get out if you guys took a retracement. This is a trap for the Pikachu. I actually might be interested in trap more than the Pikachu itself. This is a trap, pretty strong bear bar here. It started getting choppy right here. And so the trading range indicator automatically starts to look for a trading range, and now it's found the trading range, but that's why it starts down here. Okay, Pikachu still in play. If you're in the Pikachu, thoughts and prayers. If it hits this second entry short here, I might consider taking it, but in my opinion, it might try to hit this trading or this channel, this trend line. Very hard to trade this in my opinion. If it triggers this, I might be very tempted. But I'm going to manually draw this one. Trading range here. As you can see, we're above the 20 EMA, and we have not yet closed underneath the 20 EMA yet. We're getting extremely choppy right here. I'm manually drawing this one because the trading range indicator started the trading range here. And so it's missing this price action at the moment. That's the one thing about the trading range indicator, which is like, there's no way around it really, is that it only detects one trading range at a time. The reason being is because I want to use it for automated trading. And, you know, if you have multiple trading ranges, you cannot make automated trading off of that, because it's just, how would you know which trading range to use? So I try to keep it simple, make it only have one trading range at a time, detect one trading range at a time. Avalon FPS asks, what tick chart do you guys use for MES? Let me sure I'm not missing any questions here from my members, from my fellow pandas. MES, when I trade MES, I use an overlay. So I use the ES overlay, so I can use a 2000 tick price action on the MES. But there is no exact correlation. So I believe some people use like the 950 or 1000 tick chart on the MES, but I would just say whatever time or tick frame you use, it needs to, on the average bar size, it needs to be big enough to make a scalp. Okay, so we're riding above here. So those who went long here on this Pikachu, you still have hope. I really want to go short here. I really want to go short here. I just do not believe the breakout from this trading range. I do not believe it. I think it's gonna come retest the bottom of this trading range. It's just not really at a key area for me. Like maybe if I was at this trend line, but also this trading range is blocking me. Like there's not enough room. Again, chop. How many bars in a row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 bars chopping. You need to consider that when you're reading price action, right? Like no indicators can tell you that this has 15 bars that are chopped, that are overlapping. Well, actually, my indicator, the trading range indicator might, but but when I'm saying like indicators, the typical indicator that uses lagged information, like stochastics or RSI, MACD, any of these like, you know, traditional indicators, they will not tell you that the price action is telling us we are consolidating. Nothing is more clear than the price action right now, telling us that we are moving sideways. A little ASMR action. I'm eating a strawberry. Let's end this stream soon. I'm going too choppy. I'm not sure if I'm going to set up anytime soon. Hey, can you guys let me know if you were to, let's say you did not know about this stream, what would you search in YouTube to find content like this? I'm trying to maximize the SEO here. I want more people to know about, this channel. I want more people to know about what's happening here, that this is completely free. Honestly, for those who are members, and it's like $5 a month or whatever, and that's like one cup of coffee. But to be honest, people would people would pay hundreds of dollars to have live streaming trades like this. And so yet we find it free here. And so I like to let people know, that this content is available. And hopefully as we read this and you just are reading this with me, you can easily see that this is choppy and that we have to treat this like chop. And things like this is, we can learn together as we're reading the charts. It's like we're just learning a language, and this is how we're doing it. Really want to take this short here. I really do want to take this short, but I'm going to pass along because of this trading range I created with this blue box. I bet you the trading range indicators may be more accurate. It's going to bounce off here. It made a perfect scalp already. I most likely would have gotten out already. I might probably got a retracement, but it's kind of hard to tell. Thanks guys. Thanks for participating in the chat. It helps me a lot here. All right, let me read some of your search. How you guys search this kind of content. Mazhar Ali. See? This is why I gotta trust my own trading range indicator and not make these blue boxes, man. I knew it was gonna come back down here to this trading range. I just did not believe this. I did not believe that we were gonna break out. It's gonna try to come back down here. Mazhar Ali, thank you for the ES live trading. That's what you would search. Live ES futures. Seems like ES is a big word in it that you need to have. Live ES futures trading is what I searched for. Okay, so Justin McLean, I actually did search. Did you find? I don't know where my stream appears on your results, but I'm guessing you found the stream with that search, so that's helpful. Thank you so much. ES scalping live stream. Kyrgyzstan says big range, and now we are in the middle of the channel. All right. Rich S says price action or two-legged pullback. Okay. SW Blaze price action live. So some of you guys here are purely here for the price action, and I noticed that, and that's why I ended up adding the word price action in the stream, because I think that's what sets this stream apart. Not only am I streaming live, which is kind of rare. I think there's a couple people who do it, but I think my channel is the only one that uses two-legged pullback and also price action, at least pure price action. Frank Henriksen, thanks for becoming a panda. Enjoy your two-legged pullback badge, your green name, and also check out your new emoticons. How to day trade like a panda. I believe I am the only self-aware panda in the world who can talk. I believe, I might be wrong, but I think I am. Future scalping, thanks Jason. Falcon 1, what do you think about that guy that trades a couple of hundreds of contracts? I don't know who that is, but he must be balling. Kyrgyzstan, thank you for live trading with us. You're welcome. Scott Hubbard, yeah, I got a good laugh out of that. Frank Henriksen, some support from me. Thank you for becoming a panda. Again, like I said, we're going to come back into this trading range and test the bottom trading range. We're going to hit our measure move now. This was a failed breakout. Yeah, even look how strong it is, but failed breakout. Oh, that's why I was so tempted to go short here, but man, I drew my blue box and I just didn't think it was enough and gave it up. And it was very choppy, you know, a lot of dojis. It was a lower high as well, second entry, hitting top of the trading range. I should have, maybe I should have taken it, but I didn't want to go to the same stress I did right here with this 20 EMA acting as support. I think really this 20 EMA was the main thing that really stopped me, and also this small trading range I created. Sorry, trading range I created like this using this price action up here, but I should have trusted my trading range indicator. Thanks, Rich S, for the kind words. No other YouTube channels explains clearer than you. So if you're like oh, it's gonna hit. Man, look at this. This is a straight up runner too. It's gonna hit the measure move, in my opinion. I think about 90% chance it's gonna hit this measure move. I would consider a trap if we get it, but I doubt we get it. I doubt the market will be kind enough to give us a trap here. If it gives us a trap, I'm taking it, but I don't think it will give it to us. I think it's going to hit it before. One tick away from the measure move. One tick away from the measure move. Still didn't hit the measure move yet. People front running the measure move. Okay, hit the measure move perfectly and spiked below it. Price action is telling us we might be on a pretty strong downtrend. The reason being is because look at this. We had this pivot, and we couldn't even reach the trend line again. And we have a breakdown showing us possible, you know, just downtrend day. And so I personally would probably look for shorts here. I'm still looking for shorts. I don't think we're in trading range, to be honest. I think we're going to be on a downtrend. But we'll see. We need a good setup here. Again, a two-legged pullback will be nice. Two-legged pullback to the 20 EMA is what I'm looking for. Dang, guys. Kevin Fennel, I've been avoiding short entries. I feel like I've been more successful on longs. Not sure how I feel about this. Anyone else? Anyone else want to answer that question for him? You know, if you feel more confident, like if you feel like you can see more clearly the long setups, then stick with those. If you're like, you know, for me personally, I do better on short setups when I look at my trade performance. But for me, they're pretty close. You know, this is pretty much close. Same thing for me, but I think more important than feeling better when you're going long or short is understanding what market cycle you're in. You know, if you are in downtrend, uptrend, then most likely you feel more confident in longs because we just been going up, and away. You know, so you'll probably feel more confident because your longs are more successful because we're in the market cycle for it. But then we're in a downtrend, and now you feel like you want to do more longs. That's where I feel like could actually bite you in the butt. David Kaplan, nice. You got a runner on the MES. If I wasn't streaming, I probably would have taken this short, but look at this, man. These runners are crazy. Ryan Ruzic, but thanks for the stream. It's fun to listen to someone else while looking at the chart, and I think that's like the, you know, one of the benefits of the stream is just, hey, we get to trade together. You know, we're here together. We're in a community. We might lose some, we might win some, but we're able to do this together, and that's the important thing. You know, we can learn this together, and hopefully, as I read price action out loud for you guys can see. And you know, it's just like the thing is like price action is like common sense. Like when you see this, you're like, okay. What's the price action telling us here? strong downtrend, right? Big bear bars ending near the lows. So my thinking is I want to enter short. That's the idea. But then you have like little things like we hit the measure move, and but look at we blew past it. There was no regard for it. So in my opinion, if we come back to retest the measure move, we probably will have a good setup here. So again, I'm looking for on the higher tick frame. This is how it looks like. On the higher tick frame, we actually have the 240 SMA. This could reverse here. Good thing I checked that. On the 5-minute chart, we are at the bottom of this channel. All right, gonna end this stream. It's kind of past my time. Guys, I would like to stick around. Actually, hey, let's wait for a setup here. If this setup gets lost, then I'll end the stream. But let's wait for one more setup if we can get one. All right. So this is the nice thing about community, right? You get all this kind of other insight. Maybe there was another measure move, as the underground sausage says. The underground sausage. I don't know if I want to eat a sausage like that. It bounced off another measure move, okay. And Kyrgyzstan says we bounced the channel 41.48. Okay. So there might be things that I'm not realizing and seeing here. In my opinion, though. See, when you have a bear bar like, or the bear leg ending bullish like that, that makes me think, you know, possible reversal, look for a trap. But we do have a two-legged pullback forming, and it's also a Pikachu at the moment. Depends on how you count your legs. A, B, C. Fail breakdown measure move. Doji bar. Hitting the 240 SMA perfectly on the 10K chart. Measure move almost hit perfectly on the 10K chart. Second entry didn't even trigger yet, right here. Bull bars ending near their high. This might be a trap setup. I'm gonna pull a pull up. I pulled a pull up. So we have a two-legged pullback here, but we also have potential trap, right? Every second entry is a potential trap. So would you take the trap or take the two-legged pullback? Take the two-legged pullback. Wait for the two-legged pullback, or do you want the trap after the two-legged pullback triggers is the question. So do we think this is going to be a second entry or fail second entry? Just know this, right? We have a two-legged pullback like this, A, B, C. And it could either make a point this way, or it could fail and then reverse, essentially being a trap. But we're just so far from the 20 EMA at this point. It might just be silly to think to go short here. Okay, people want the trap, and they're saying it depends on the signal bar. Very good anticipation of the trade, right? If the it's a terrible signal bar and then all of a sudden goes, you know, makes a second entry, then it's like, well, since we know not to enter into bad signal bars, when people actually do, we can use that to our advantage and take the trap on the other side. Right, doesn't that make sense? We have a two-legged pullback forming here, and this could be a straight up reversal. V bottom, A tops all day, every day. I hate it. All right, in my opinion, no second entry here, so I'm gonna end this poll. So I was trying to anticipate that trade, but it didn't happen. And now, because of that, I'm gonna end the stream since we lost this two-legged pullback. There's no setup. Thanks, guys, for joining. And yeah, hey, let me know in the chat how you felt about the stream. Any comments? Let me know. Give me an emoticon. Let me know with the emoticon what you felt about the stream. And yeah, hopefully subscribe, and I'll most likely be on again tomorrow. And so it's a pleasure to be able to trade with you guys, and I hope that at the very least, you know, it was entertaining, and at the very most, some price action was learned today. Yeah, thanks, guys. Thank you. Your chats are coming in now. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. John's asking meaning for my name. Thanks, Pandas, for the emoticons, using your custom emoticons. The meaning of my name is Bye Bye Money. Well, has multiple meanings. One thing is, any money I trade here is disposable for me. I'm willing to lose it all. So it's disposable income. So I'm willing to say bye bye money to this. But also, when I say bye bye money, I'm not always talking to myself. Know that in every trade, there's a buyer and seller. There's another person on the other side. And so when my trades are successful, I'm not talking to myself when I say bye bye money. I'm talking to the person who went counter to my trade. All right, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day. Trade safe. And as always, happy trading, and God bless. Thanks, guys.